Ready, go.
Okay, so how long have you been doing track?
In college or forever?
Forever.
Sophomore year of high school, so that's 2 seasons sophomore, 2 seasons junior, 2 seasons senior. So that's 6 seasons plus. This will be my 4th year because we don't have indoor track, so that's 10 seasons.
I had all these questions written down.
It's okay.
In the office. They're all up there. So, Corey's making me awkward.
How is Franciscan's team different from other teams you've been on?
Well, the question I had on my sheet was, are you a captain, or have you ever been
Yeah, I've been a captain for the past 3 years. Well, for the past 2 years.
So captain of cross country or track?
Just track.
Since sophomore year?
Yeah.
Impressive.
It's less impressive when you know how big the roster is of the track team.
That's not going to fit in the 140 word article.
Yeah.
So, what races do you run in, and what run things do you do?
What run things
I'm
do
so
you do?
sorry. I was on the track team for 3 days.
I run the 200 and the 400, generally.
Okay, I'm going to ask you a really stupid question. You can't think less of me. Is that yards?
Meters.
Meters.
So the 200 is half a lap, and the 400 is a full lap. I also run the 800 sometimes, and the 4x100, and the 4x400.
Okay, that's not going to fit in the article. What do you run mainly?
400 and 200.
Okay. And, what's your best record? Have you won anything, or?
I've won a lot of things.
Okay, what are the best ones you've won?
Well, there's a difference between winning and getting your best time.
Okay.
So
give me both.
my best time, I've won a lot of small meets that don't matter. I beat Penn State Barron at their meet. I beat them, which is kind of a big deal.
Did you do that? Beat Penn State?
Penn State Barron, which is
Barron?
BEHREND. REND.
REND?
D. Which is that was in the 400. But the thing is with us is that we have this very weird version of competition where for all the other sports besides rugby and swimming and diving, there's the AMCC conference, and then there's the ECAC or PAC conference, depending. Since us and Penn State Barron are the only schools in AMCC that have track, there isn't an AMCC conference for track. So all we have, our only championships are the ECAC competitions, which is the biggest D3 conference in the country.
Okay.
So last year, my best time was a 50.13 seconds.
For the
400. And the qualifying time for ECAC is 50.10.
It's an English major that took me a minute to figure out the math.
Yeah. So, and...
Did you go home and indulge in Ben and Jerry's that night?
No.
That's what
I was actually glad the season was over. I don't think I could have pulled out another one like that. But, that's been kind of a theme with me is that I'll get right there and then the season will end.
Spring 12.
Well, I had a terrible season my sophomore year, but my freshman year I was 0.23 seconds away, or 0.13 seconds away. Sorry, I ran a 50.23 my freshman year. So, yeah. And in the 200, my best time's a 22.8. So, which is the school record. And the 400 is also the school record.
These are things I need to know.
I also have the school record in the 4x1 and the 4x4. That's the team, though.
Okay.
So that's that's 4 people run 100 meters. I have the school record. 4 people run 400 meters.
I'll use these ones then because that's just about you.
Yeah.
Okay. So when did you get these? That's last year.
Last season. I got the 400. Well, I've constantly broken and rebroken that record. I've had that record since my freshman year. So each time I break my own record, I also break the school record. So it's kind of a cool thing. I don't remember when I first broke it. It was a bad time in comparison to the times I run now because the time wasn't too good. But I set this record, the 400, against at the Allegheny. The Allegheny College meet. It was. I can look it up right
That's
now.
okay.
The actual
It
name of
won't
the
fit
meet.
in
Okay.
Yeah.
So I broke
would
this
love
last
to.
year, and
Okay.
I broke this against Penn State Barron. So,
Okay. Okay. Alright. So you basically have just been breaking your own records and setting school records.
Since my freshman year, yeah.
So how does Bill Jones factor into that?
Bill Jones is a distance runner. I'm a sprinter.
So you haven't ever competed really against him?
I compete against him in the 800, and he kicks my butt.
Dare you?
What?
Dare you?
Yeah, let's say that. What?
Never mind.
Okay.
So okay. So how is it different from other schools? I mean, is it different from the high? Did you go to a public high school?
I went to a public high school, yeah.
Okay.
Honestly, wow. The only different, well, I don't know.
Is it different?
The athletics program as a whole is different. Like, they actually care about the athlete. It's not, you're not just another face, you know. Like, they actually care that you're getting good grades. They care that you're, like, becoming the best person that you can, like, as a whole. And it's like, oh, like we want you to be healthy and get good grades so you can run track.
So you don't get kicked out of school.
It's we want you to be healthy and get good grades because, you know, you deserve that as a person to have good health and good grades. You know, like, you're here to do that. So with the team dynamic, like, obviously in high school you don't really pray before stuff, but we just, you know, like we have like world class. I don't want to say world class, but we have some pretty good coaches. So it's always like I attribute a large amount of that success is to actually coming here because our coaches are so good. You know, I had no idea what I was doing in high school, so. I just wish the season was shorter. It goes from January to May.
Do you have to come back early from Christmas break?
We start the week after we get back.
That's good. It's nuts though. So you're running in the cold?
I wish more than anything that this could be a fall sport.
Because it's gorgeous and hot, and then you're running in the 90-degree heat.
I'd rather run in 115-degree weather than in 10-degree weather. So.
Sure. So, like, when you were a kid, did, like, your family come to your games? Or your meets? Your meets, or, like...
Yeah,
did you inspire your little brother to run, or...
Not really.
Do you have one brother and three
I have
sisters?
one brother and 3 sisters.
How old's your brother?
9, 10, almost 10. Yeah, my family came to pretty much every meet they could in high school. Now they still come to the Allegheny meet, which is the last meet of the season. It's our most competitive meet besides championships.
So has the family support been a big thing for you?
I mean, my dad ran in high school. He had like school records, and he actually had the state. He was the state champion in the 4x4. His team won states. So I mean, I wouldn't like. I say they've supported me, but it hasn't been like a thing that's brought us closer together. You know, like it.
That would have been good.
Well, I mean, like.
Looking for a hook here, Jake.
All right, let me twist this in a way that'll work for you. I mean, from my parents, I've received like a huge amount of support.
Yeah.
For for running and like.
Yeah.
You know, obviously it's a big deal to like come to every meet because in high school anyway. Like,
yeah, it's hard.
Because it's hard to get to meets here, but like, but you know, like for the past 2 years, my dad has come to the last meet of the season, which he's got to pick me up anyway. But it's 3 hours away from campus, so it's like it's just doing the just like the amount of travel and gas. Like, you know, it's obviously a thing that, you know, it's just a huge amount of support from my family, you know, from that. So,
Yeah.
So,
And you have a sister here now, right?
Yeah,
Will she
Sarah.
come to your stuff?
Probably not. She's a nursing major.
Okay, so you probably never see her.
I mean, it's tough, too, because she doesn't have a car. And all our meets are at least half hour away. So she'd have to, like...
Go with you and that'd be fun.
No, well, she can't ride on the bus, because hasn't signed the insurance information. So if she rides on the bus and the bus crashes and she dies, my parents can sue the university, whereas with me they can't, because you sign a waiver.
Sign your life away. Yeah. So, okay, alright. So, what are your plans? I know your plans, but what are your plans after graduation? What are you, like, ideal world, what are you doing?
I want to go to grad school. I want to teach creative writing to college kids. I also want to be published.
I'll tell you, someday we're going to have adjacent offices.
I don't think so. Authors don't really have offices. Unless they're teachers. Oh, I see what you did there.
What?
What you did there. Because you want to teach too, right?
I don't know, I never did. But now I'm rethinking my life.
From the writer's group. It's a very good teaching tool.
Okay, published in what? Again, I know these answers when I'm asking you.
What?
Published for publishing what?
Books.
I know that. What kinds of books?
You know, I've been thinking a lot about... We talked about this, so I'm just going to try to be brief.
We all know.
About,
we spent an hour and a half drinking out J.R.R. Tolkien a couple weeks ago.
No, I spent a lot of time, especially this year, thinking about how there aren't really, like... And this will be on the recording, so you don't have to write all this down, because I'm going to start talking really fast. There aren't really a lot of, good Catholic media outlets. It's like LifeSite News, but no one takes it seriously because it's obviously Catholic, it's obviously biased. There's no there's no media or like film or movie or like popular book that you can point at and be like that person is a role model for the youth of today. Like that book speaks to like a truth, or like those characters would inspire you to become a better person. So that's what I really want to do, is use stories, not in the most overt way. Like you'll probably never hear in any of my like fiction, me like preach Catholic doctrine towards you.
It's inherent.
It's like Dr. Craig said, like, don't worry about writing Catholic stuff because you're Catholic, and if you're really a Catholic, you're going to write Catholic stuff. Like, it's a lifestyle, and
yeah.
so.
That's awesome. So, do you ever, like, I don't know, write it to your breaks during meets or anything like that?
No, not even a little bit.
Okay.
Because I work for media relations for the field house, I usually take pictures during that time.
Okay.
So that's usually what I do in between races.
Okay.
That and kind of like yell at people to like run faster while they're running. So.
But no, do you ever like, this is just random, but do you ever like get story ideas while you're running?
No.
No?
Running hurts, man. Like in these races, like I think there were 2 meets last semester, and one of them was indoor and didn't count, where I didn't throw up after my 400. It hurts. So like it's not just you go out there and you run a race. It's like you put everything you are on the line to run the time that you do. It's not just it's not a passive thing. It's not, this is the memories full. It's not that, oh, I'm going to run track, or oh, I'm going to with any sport, it shouldn't be, oh, I'm going to run track, or I'm going to play soccer, or oh, like, I'm going to do it and see how it goes. It's like, no, you gotta, like, do it or not. Like, you have to put everything you are into it or not. Like, and that goes for everything, with writing and family and everything,
Got my hook now. So who are your favorite authors? Your books?
It's really bad because the authors I like aren't Catholic.
Are what?
Aren't Catholic.
That's okay.
I like Tolkien.
Well, yeah.
That's always a given.
Yeah.
But I think a big influence to my actual style, it would be Patrick Rothfuss.
Yeah, I know you're talking about.
But honestly,
How do you spell his last name?
Rothfuss, Rothfuss.
Got it. Oh, two S's.
I think so. Yeah. I'm not sure. I'll have to look
I'll
it up.
Google it. It's all good.
But yeah.
Yeah.
Do you want more?
Oh, injuries. How have those affected you?
Well, my freshman year I didn't complete a full season, so
Wow.
I got because I ran at the second to last meet. I ran a 50.23, which is 0.13 seconds away from ECAC championships. And then my coach was really excited. He's like, "Oh, okay, so you're going to qualify. We're going to go to this other meet. So in case you have a bad race on the last meet, or in case you have a bad race this meet, you have like a little buffer zone. Like you have two chances instead of just one shot, you know." So I ran the race, and people lied about their times on the time sheets, or on the heat sheets, and I ended up winning the race and running like a 51. And this was supposed to be a super competitive meet. People were supposed to be running like, it's supposed to be like a 47, a 48, 49, like, you know, but it didn't happen because people, like, everyone lied like to get into the fast heat. The thing is no one in the fast heat actually was running as fast as they needed to run to qualify. Does that make sense?
Kind of, yeah.
So, like, I won, but I was counting on someone to be faster than me in the race to, like, pull me along so I, like, am more motivated to, like, beat them, you know? Because, like, if you're in first, like, you don't really got to catch anyone. You just got to maintain first place, you know? I've actually run better times when I haven't come in first. Because there's people who are above my skill level that, like, you kind of, like, put yourself out more
Yeah,
to get.
yeah, definitely.
Just make sure this is still recording. Okay. But injuries, but during that meet, I ran my race and I was fine. And then, actually, Jack Kaiser, one of our distance runners, he was doing really well in the 5K, and so we were all like, here's the oval, like that. Here's the finish line, and he's running like the 5K is like a crap ton of laps, like 12 and a half laps. And so I was shooting from here and running to here and running back and running back and running back and running back because he needed to be yelled at to like, that's what you do, like that's what helps like some people. It's like you gotta go. And about right here, I just was like, I wasn't even running fast. So we're just like, you know, just not really jogging, but like, you know, and I felt something like pop in my hip.
Oh my god.
So I got injured cheering for someone. And then I woke up and I was fine. Like, it was weird. Like, I was walking. It didn't hurt. I was walking later, like, after we went to dinner and stuff. And, like, I'm like, this is weird. It's, like, clicking and, like...
Gross.
And I woke up the next morning, and my leg was completely stiff, and I had to limp to my 8 a.m. exam. So I had pulled my T-band.
Oh gosh.
And that stuck with me all through sophomore year. And my junior year was the only year that really, like... It takes about a year to recover. Like, you can still run, but it takes about a year to get back to where you were after having an injury like that. Like I said, it didn't really hurt, but what it did is it knocked a lot of stuff out of alignment. Like, my hips are supposed to be like this, and they went forward, and they gave me a little bit of scoliosis. And
oh gosh.
so,
oh man.
yeah, so, like, it's kind of like, I kind of got to find, like, because the university won't cover like a recurring injury, but like I have to get treatment for it to run, so I have to kind of like be like, this is weird, my hip has been hurting again, but it wasn't hurting before, because it does do that, you know. And so I gotta like kind of spin it in a way where like, I'm feeling an injury, I need to be preemptive about it, you know, because that's what will happen, you know. So like, it's always like having the balance, like at the end of last season, I just really let it rip, and like I was running great times in practice, and it was great. But it's always in the beginning, like, it's kind of like, how hard do you push? Like, how used to is my body to, like, to this sort of, like, these intense workouts and that sort of thing. So, but just being injured, it's like, it's the worst. Like,
So you got injured by cheering for somebody? That's awesome. Well, it's not awesome, but it's
ironic.
ironic. That's a good word for it. So why do you like track so much? Why do you do it?
In high school, I set a goal for myself. I wanted to run under 50 seconds, and I've worked at it like so hard since high school. Like, I'm not one of the kids who came out, like, who got cut from another sport and came out and was instantly good at track. Like, I wasn't good at track. Like,
Really?
I wasn't good in high. I mean, like, my senior year, I got okay, like, on our county level, but, like, every little millisecond that is in that time, I've fought for. And just to give it up now is, like, it's kind of like you're cheating yourself, It's like when you make a commitment, like, to write this many words, and you get, 1,000 words away, and you're like, or 100 words away, or 10 words away, or 3 words away, and you're like, yeah, I'm not doing this anymore. It's not, you just don't quit on it like that,
Yeah.
It's like running 26.1 miles in a marathon, and then not running the last 0.1 mile.
Yeah.
Like,
Have you ever run a marathon or a half marathon?
No, marathons are terrible for you. They're actually bad for you.
Yeah, my friends ran a half in Pittsburgh in May. That's how they did it.
And you shouldn't really do it in college. Like, after college, it's okay, but like even though, like, you're not growing anymore, like, your bones and everything are still solidifying. Not like ossifying, but, like, everything's kind of just being, like, set in place.
Yeah.
But like, once you get out of college, like, everything's pretty much there, including your brain. So,
My goodness. So, writers group and Continuum.
Yeah.
They've Love the Fallen.
Until Dawn is the new one.
Sorry, my bad.
Yeah, no, it's good.
So you self-published on Amazon. You founded the writers group on campus.
Yeah.
Chip, can't write on this. This is somebody's.
One does not simply.
Sorry to be. That's your exam. Sorry to be asking Mr. Pointer. I don't want to deprive you of that.
This is someone else's character sketch.
Okay, thanks. So, when did you start writers group? Last fall?
Well, interestingly enough, there's in the preface to the new book, there's actually how that happened. So you should buy it and figure it out.
Luckily, I know the author, so he might give me a free signed copy.
Yeah.
You're not going to give me a free signed copy?
No, because I got to pay for it. Basically, Bobby and myself, we were sitting down, like, in the tower room in the JC. We were like, he was like, I wish we had something like the Inklings, And he's like, yeah, I was like, what do you mean? He's like, well, like, Tolkien and Lewis and I think Chesterton used to, like, get together and be like, discuss their work and just discuss, like, sometimes they would philosophize. We don't really do that in writers group, but and sometimes they would just like sit down for like a drink and stuff and just like just talk about their craft and whatnot. And I was like, I sat there for like about like 5 seconds and I was like, dude, let's do it. And that's kind of how it started.
So you and Bobby are, would you say, co-founders?
Co-founders,
okay.
yeah.
One co-founder.
And that, like, dude, let's do it mentality. Like, that's what you got to have in athletics, to be like a good athlete, a good runner, and also like a good writer. It can't be like, oh, like so many more people are better than me. Oh, like it'll never be good enough. Oh, I'll never no, dude, let's do it. Like it doesn't matter if this person has a faster time than you. It's like everything's equalized on the track, and it's like I'm saying like a lot. You just can't let things get to you and get in your head. You just gotta do it. Like Nike.
For writers, we're hopeless dreamers.
Well, no, because it works. If you just sit there and think about, oh man, like Tolkien was so good, or oh man,
Lewis, Rowling.
I don't think Rowling's right. Or oh man, like say with athletics, oh man, like Usain Bolt's so good, or Tyson Gay is so good. It's like, well, yeah, but the only thing stopping you from being that good is yourself. And that's what makes track different, is that you're racing against people, but overall you're racing against yourself, because
So, the writers group started in 2012? Fall?
11, 12. 12, 13.
Last year?
Last year.
So 12, 13.
12, 13. So 12. So fall 12. And then December 21st, the end of the world, we published the first one. And then the last one was published sometime this semester.
So 2 self-published books?
2, yeah.
Are they like sequels? Or
they take place in the same sort of world for me.
it's a compilation of short stories about the writers, right?
Mine's actually a novella, but
2 self-published works.
One's a novelette and one's a novella, technically. You can just say short stories.
Okay. So, I guess I'm saying, do I refer to it as just what your contribution or what the whole book has been? He's sorry, this is rolling around in my head. He's contributed to, that's a word, a lot. I'm trying to say, okay, I'll just say, co-founder of the Franciscan Writers Group, is that its official writers group?
It's not Franciscan University Writers Group.
Just co-founded the writers group at Franciscan University.
Okay, writers group at Franciscan University. Because, we can't attach the name, we can't make it sound like we're condoned by the university, because, no, we're not a club.
Oh, I thought you were, and then I can't say this.
Okay.
Sorry, I thought you were.
We're in the process of becoming a club.
Okay.
There's stuff happening, but...
Sorry,
Yeah, no.
I thought it was official. Okay. Sorry.
It's okay.
But, yeah. Self-published, 2. Okay.
2 books on Amazon Kindle.
It's okay. So, okay. Yeah, I'll figure out how to word that, and if I need questions, I know how to get
You know how to get to me, yeah.
I can get to you. Yeah. Okay, I think that's it. So, yeah, Continuum, Till Dawn, Fables of the Fallen. Fables of the Fallen goes first. But I don't think those names are going to make it because they only got 140 words.
Okay, yeah, that's fine.
We'll see that. I don't know.
We'll see. Just use your judgment.
Yeah. I was so funny. My boss essayed his office today. He's like, "You're gonna," and so, cause I knew I was doing the ethic profile, and I'm like, "Okay, I wonder who it's gonna be." And he's like, "Jacob," I'm like, "I know." So, yeah. And then I've got the student directory with everybody's address, and phone number, and social security numbers. But
Probably.
no, I don't. But it's on my computer, so I.
Yeah.
Yeah. Looked it up. Yeah, well, thank you for helping me out.
Now that was 30 minutes and 10 seconds for a 140-word interview.